Morning, morning, morning. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Love 500. And welcome back a long-awaited day one on Project Roger. This car, I did the walk around on the 2nd of January. Today is the 17th of February. So I've had it a while. You've only just seen last week, you probably would have only just seen the walk around. It's been sitting there for all that time, just waiting for me to get on with it so we can start, doing it in order. So you don't have to wait too long between each video. So today we are going to make a start. The first thing we're going to do is get the front bumper off, get the wing off, and change that, or have a look at that bottom arm, not bottom arm. I am going to change bottom arm as well, but the leg. As far as I know, I've got every part. I've got the door, I've got the wing, I've got the suspension leg. I haven't got bottom arm. I realised I used it on another car, so I've bought one. Everything. I've got, as far as I know, everything for this car. There might be the odd bit of trim or something that's hiding under the bumper that we need. We'll just deal with that as we find. So let's get on with it. Let's have a look. What we'll do is we'll put you up on time lapse first. We'll get all that stuff stripped down. Once we get the wheel off, we'll have a little look underneath and see if we can see what the damage is and why that wheel is like that. Let's go on day one on Project Roger. Okay, so I think we can safely assume, as I did assume to begin with, that the front panel appears not to have been touched. Now, bottom bar has been completely mullered and is pushed in, and it appears to stop just kissing the front of the condenser. Doesn't really appear to, sorry, you can't see. Doesn't really appear to have damaged it, and obviously what we'll have to do is we'll have to check to make sure it's working and holding gas before we decide whether to change it or not. Don't think it's going to need changing. It might be just a little bit out of shape, very, very slightly at the bottom. If it's not punctured it, and I don't think it has because there's no green dye or anything like that leaked out, so I'm sure it's probably all right. So we'll give it a go. I might even put a little press onto the thing, which will go tss, and let a tiny little bit of gas out, but probably I won't do that. I'll probably just test it. Even though it's freezing today, we should still be able to work out whether it's actually cold or not. So won't touch that for now. Obviously we need a new bottom bar, which we'll get on today. We do have wheel arch liners already, which I bought when I bought the front of that, what colour was it? What was it? Can't remember, but I've got them anyway. I bought the front of a Sport, didn't I, a while ago, which included those. So I've got the Sport versions of them. I'm not sure whether they've got the inserts. I think, have they? Of course we've got a chunk missing of that, haven't we? I think they are including the insert, so we won't have to change the actual liner on this side. That side obviously we will. We might just be able to use the things. I might be able to adapt ordinary ones if I haven't, to get that done. So let's take you underneath the side. One top tip, if I can give you any top tip, this is it. If you're changing a leg, shock absorber, whatever you like, take this off, which allows you better access, and of course that means you can all clean it all under here as well, which is what I'll do before I put it all back together. But before the car is off the ground, get a buzz gun with I think it's a 19mm socket, and just try and buzz it off. Doesn't always work, but what you normally have to do in there, you get an Allen key, and you have to use a spanner to get it undone, because it will spin. using a buzz gun, you stand a lot more chance of getting it off in one go, and I'm sure all the mechanics out there, the professional mechanics out there, will understand where I'm coming from with this. So yeah, so that is a top tip for today. You can have that one for free. In fact, you can have them all for free. Oh, that's come off of the wipers. Put that in there. Right, let's get you underneath, if you'll pardon the expression, and we'll have a little look under here. We're going to get this wing off in a minute. Right, this looks like a new shock. In fact, it is a new shock. You can tell it is. However, you can see it's bent there. So that's why obviously the wheel is in at an angle, so it's, or rather out, so in at the top, because you can see it's bent. So it's bent inwards at the top here, basically there. So the drop link I think is okay. Now I'm contemplating changing the bottom arm, but I'm not absolutely sure I need to. Well, what's the brakes like while we're here? Yeah, brakes are about more than half left. More than half left. Tiny lip on here. Nothing spectacular, so I don't think we need to change those. That up there is water that's dripped down. That's not brake fluid. I saw the water dripping down when I jacked it up. So yeah, shame it's had new shocks, or at least one this side. But we're now about to put a second-hand one on it. I have actually got a new shock, but I've bought an entire leg. So actually I can't remember, I've not even unpacked it. I bought it as soon as I bought the car, because obviously I knew that needed doing, so I haven't even unpacked it. Bought it from our friends at Club 500 Italia. The pump there has popped out, so that needs sorting out. Hopefully it will just be a matter of cleaning it up and reseating it. We'll obviously do that before we put it all back together. This is mullered, obviously. So what we're going to do now, before we do that, we're going to get the wing off. Gives us a little bit more space to work as well, doesn't it? Once we've got the wing off, where the car is at the moment, I can't get the door off because I need to park it further over. So I think what we'll do is we'll get the wing off, then we'll do that, get it back down its wheels then, and then when we can move it, we'll get it moved and get the door off. But we can be doing all the other bits and pieces in the meantime. So I think what I'm going to do, so all you do to get these off, from memory, I haven't done one for a while, is you've got two nuts there. So you've got to support the bolt one end, or support the bolt with a spanner that end, or another socket, and then get the buzz gun on there, buzz them off, and then it will just come off. And then obviously you need to release, I'll do that first, you need to release the, what do you call it? Forgotten the bleeding name of it now, the drop link. Release that, that's all you need to do. So I'll try releasing that at the top. And yeah, I think that's all you need to do, and then you just pull it out, manoeuvre it out, and when you put the new one in, you need to make sure you seat it correctly and the right way round. I did once put it in the wrong way round, and when it went for MOT they said it's the wrong way round, so I had to drop it down and reseat it. I've learned since then, but I did take a picture on my phone of how they should be. You've got on the top of the top mount, it's sort of got an arrow cut out in the rubber, and I can't remember. I think that I'm not even going to say which way I think it goes, because I'm not sure if it goes forwards or backwards, but yeah, whatever it is on here, that's the way we'll put it round. So that's it. We'll put you back on time lapse. I haven't got a clue what size these are. We'll figure that out, and then we'll do it. Yeah, let's get on with it. As I say, I'll stick you back on time lapse. Once we get this off, we'll come back and have a little look at it. Right, that took some getting off. Reason being that's bent there, so I had to bang that back, so we need to straighten that. That's fine, I'll be able to do that, no problem. We'll heat it up and use the either use the welding thing, because that's got to come back as well. From experience before, I was able to do that with a hammer and a chunk of wood. Whether I can do, I might even be able to do it like that, get it in like that, and bend it out. Yeah, go like that, just like that. There you go, fixed. Not quite, but you know what I mean. Yeah, it's just going to need a little bit of work doing on it. Yeah, I mean, it is a proper Cat S, this, isn't it? It's I say a proper Cat S. It's not structural, is it? It's just a bit of the bottom of the A pillar and the sill. But as we know, that's why they Cat S them. It does go into the top of the door, as I showed you on the walk around. But again, you know, it's not. That's something that I've done before anyway, so it shouldn't be an issue. I don't think. Should be relative. Well, I say easy. It's going to be time consuming. But once we've done all the other bits and pieces, then we can get stuck in on that. But for the time being, we need to do this. So, as I say, first thing I need to do is get that off. So we have to use a spanner and an Allen key on that, I think, if I remember rightly, or a socket and an Allen key. How did we do that? I can't remember now. Yeah, can't actually remember. I think you have to, you definitely need an Allen key. And then I think you need to get a ring spanner on it. I'll do it whichever way, I can't remember. But I'll try, actually, what I'll do, again, a bit like I did on the top one, I'm going to try and buzz it off, because I have done that in the past. That does work sometimes, which is obviously a lot easier than having to mess around. It depends. I'm going to stick some WD-40 on it, like I did with the top one, and that might even do it. So you never know. We'll give that a go. Again, I have no idea what size socket it is. Nope. No, it's not that one. Not that one. These buzz sockets are all on the small side. I could do with getting a decent set. I'll get me proper Halford's Halford's Advanced set out, which I don't use very often, but I'll get that out and we'll use the sockets from that. Yeah, coming along nicely. So there's no other damage under here. That's obviously out of the headlight. The headlight is toast. It's down there. It's got great holes in it, so that's no good. So we will need a new headlight. I think I have got drivers. That's a bit bent, but again, will I have to? It might just be the bracket itself. I think it's bent. Yeah, no, it must be. None of this is. There's no damage on this whatsoever. So this might need a little bit of manipulation, but again, you know, once we've got the wing on, we can sort all that out. At the moment, the important bit is to get this bit done. Okay, so that's that off. That was relatively easy. The bolts were a little bit on the tricky side. I had to use a breaker bar on the bolts, but apart from that, came off all right. That buzzed off perfectly well. Didn't need an Allen key, which is good. Let me show you the comparison between the new one and the old one. So here we are with the old one, which is actually probably newer than the new one. As you can, God, about to hit the floor. I was going to say, you can see the bend there. Let's push that right in and bent that. And this one is the new one, which is a little bit on the surface rusty side. So I'm actually going to whack some black paint over the top of that, just to tidy it up a little bit. And the arrow, so this bit points towards the outside of the car. That's sort of fixed, and that point, which is what I was talking about, points towards the rear of the car, which I wasn't sure about, but when I took that one off, that's where that was pointing. So I can never remember, and I imagine if you look up here, it shows you. Yeah, it does. Let me get a torch. I think it does. Shine it up there. No, it doesn't actually. I think you can see the indentation of dirt there where the point is, where the point's been. But yeah, that points towards the back of the car anyway. What difference that makes, I have no idea. Turn that torch off. But that's the way it goes. So, nice, easy job so far. That was 60 quid from our friends at Club 500 Italia. Always a good place to get stuff. They always give them a bit of a clean as well. Most things you get from them are pretty spotless, whereas a lot of breakers you'll get them, they're like that or worse. They don't touch them. But yeah, they're good like that. and they're always well packed as well. And they're good prices. That was 60 quid. I have got shocks, but buying it like that saves me messing around. I have got a spring compressor, but of course that saves me from doing that and changing the spring. I will take that spring off of there at some point, and I'll take the top mount off as well, because there's nothing wrong with those, so they can be reused at some point if I need them. So I'll keep those. But you can literally just put it on. So we've got to set this to 75, so we up it. I'm not even sure we're getting this in, are we? No, so I'm just upping this to 75. Seems quite excessive. 75. There we go, and then we'll tighten these up. There you go. There we go. 75. And this one I think is 85. Well, righty tighty, lefty loosey. 85, 80. I know I'm not even getting, you're not even in this shot, are you? But never mind. You get the gist of what I'm doing. So we put this up to 85, which it is now. 85, and then we tighten this one up. Oh, that's 16, isn't it? We want the different. Sorry about that, the battery ran out of my camera. So I've set the torque wrench. I've been asked what was the torque wrench I bought, so I've only just bought this. Got it on Amazon. Can't remember how much it was. I'll put it on screen now. It was about 80 quid, something like that. Digital, AC Delco is the manufacturer. It's nice, I like it, it's good. I've only used it a couple of times now, but better than the manual ones, that's for sure. What's it not got? There we go. Oh, I'm undoing it. I thought that wasn't right. Right, we're set to 85. We should be. Are we set to 85 or it switched itself off? No, it switched itself off. That's where I've been changing my camera battery. It had switched itself off. So we'll try that again. I'm still not sure how to use it properly. 85, there we go. There we go, 85. Right, that's that. Okay. The only thing we've got to do now is the top bolt, which I will put on, but I won't tighten up until such time as it's on the ground. I didn't bother painting that in the end. The only thing I have painted is the top cup thing, the thing that collects water. I've just given that a bit of a clean up and then whacked a bit of matte black paint on it. It's just drying at the moment, so we'll get that on in a minute. But that's it. All looks nice and straight as far as I can see. It's all seated correctly up there. Put my hand up there, I can actually feel it. Yeah. So that's all seated correctly. Yeah, that's it. I'll just turn my torque wrench off because I don't want to waste the batteries. So if you want to get yourself one of these, again, you know, I say I recommend it. I've got very little experience with torque wrenches. This is the first digital one I've ever had, but it seems all right. It does seem good. This is a 1/2 one. They do it in the other sizes as well. But yeah, I'll stick the link in the description if you want to get yourself one. There we go. Yeah, we'll tighten it on properly. Tighten it down properly once it's back on the ground. So I think what I'm going to do for now. Let me just take you off the tripod. Obviously, we'll put the cap back on as well. But there you go. It's just sort of loosely tightened down. I think what we'll do is we'll get the wheel back on for the time being, and we can get it back on the ground. And then I guess we could get the door off, couldn't we? I'm going to offer the wing up. I just wanted to have a look at this bracket. I think that is bent in a bit, isn't it? So that's going to need a bit of adjustment. But of course, when we get the wing on, we can do that. Whether that, I think it's probably this bit's bent a bit. So that might have to pull out. We've done that so many times. So we'll sort that out. Obviously, we need to make sure that the bumper and the wing meet properly. But there's certainly no damage anywhere else on that inner wing, which is good. I think it's just had a little gentle tap. It probably all it needs is to something like that. That's all it really needs. But obviously it needs to be done when the bumper's on. We might need to go back further there or forward further there or whatever, just so the holes line up. It hasn't gone down at all, it's just gone in. So the holes hopefully will line up. If not, we'll just move it around until they do line up. And then obviously we can test fit the bumper and make sure it all goes in properly. So I've done it loads of times before. Sometimes it's a bit of jiggery pokery to get it right. Sometimes it goes in first time, every time. We need to straighten this up here. Obviously, while the wings, the wing for the time being is only going to be on temporarily. We've got to do the bottom arm. Obviously, we don't need to take the wing off to do the bottom arm, but it does make it a little bit easier. You can see a little bit easier. But we've got to straighten this up, which won't take much. I may even do that now, actually. We can hammer that with a block of wood in there. That's not a problem at all. This bit will bend back. We've already bent it back pretty much. It's not bent here at all, as far as I can see. I think that's just the normal undulations of the thing. The new door I've got doesn't have hinges on it, which is really annoying. I don't know why people take hinges off. Sorry, not these bits, the bits that are on the door. They've been taken off, which is really stupid. I don't understand why people do that. Actually, normally, when people sell doors, they leave those on. This is a bare, say it's a bare door. It's not a bare door. I think it hasn't got the glass, but of course I'll be using the glass out of this one. It's got some bits on the inside of it, I think. Can't remember if it's got the actual mechanism or not. I don't know. I've had the door ages now, since January. But obviously we need to put that all together and get that door on as well. But yeah, good progress so far. So we'll get this down on the ground now, and yeah, we'll carry on. Right. It's back on its wheels. And that wheel, to me, looks in exactly the right place. It's straight, looks absolutely fine. Well, it's quite fortuitous with this car. I like that word, fortuitous. That the bonnet wasn't touched. It's all about the wing and the door. So I am going to try and move it now. My neighbour's van's a little bit in the way. But that wheel looks absolutely perfect. Apart from the wheel itself, of course. So I have been looking to see if I can get a new wheel. I could try and repair this. I don't think it's not bowed or anything like that. It's just really badly scuffed, which I will try and repair if I can. I don't know what the paint match is going to be like on this, or how I'm going to match it, I should say. If I could get a new one, I would. Or say new one, replacement one. There's several like this that are 15-inch, but these are 16-inch. And the only ones I've seen have either been almost as badly damaged as this, or they're ridiculous, silly money. So I'm going to keep looking. As I say, I will try and repair this one if I can. It's got a decent tyre on it, I think. I think it's decent. I think it's all right. Yeah, that's good progress. I've taken the bottle off, so I can give it a good clean up, make sure there's no leaks. Oh, excuse me, I sneezed. And then what we'll do is we'll get that front bar off. Right, so as you can see here, I've got a 16 plate lounge here. Really nice one, actually. A young lady who her mum contacted, or she contacted me. My mum knows me from the mums group where I advertise my cars. She said there's a bit of a crack in the back bumper somewhere, which I can't actually see. Oh, we're down there. Yeah, needs a new light on there. That's the reversing light, isn't it? So that'll fail the MOT. Needs a new one on there. Apart from that, it's in pretty good condition. It's done 75,000 miles. It's got the nice seats in it, which are the same as my convertible one. Really nice seats. Dirty steering wheel, but apart from that, it's in good condition, really. Dirty, as they always are. She asked me if I wanted to buy it. And I said to her, I can't at the moment. I said, it's never been in an accident. I said, whatever you do, don't sell it. She said she's found another car to buy, and so she wants to sell this. And I said, no, I'm not in a position at the moment. I've got 4 cars. So I said, whatever you do, don't go to We Buy Any Car. She said, oh, they've already given me a price. £500. Are they taking the absolute piss? £500. I said to this car is worth at least 4 grand. Get that damage done on the back. It's certainly worth 4 grand. Easily. More, probably. 500 quid. Absolute piss takers. The reason I've got it, and the reason it's in bits, is just front wipers weren't working. So I've just put a new wiper motor in. And I'm just putting it all back together again. Yeah. So all the bits down there. But can you believe that? 500 quid. How ridiculous. Right, let's get on with it. Let's get it back together. Right. We got the wing on, just temporarily. And it seems to fit quite nicely. It did come with the bracket, so I don't know whether the other bracket's bent. I don't think it is, but I thought as it comes with one, we might as well use it. And I'll put it on very loosely. As you can see, it fits quite nice. It's not tightened up at the bottom. It's just literally on a couple of threads. So just because the wheel's like that, I'm just going to move the wheel around so I can tighten it up a bit better. But I had a little banging around down there on the mounting point just to straighten it up a little bit, which seems to have done the trick. But yeah, it matches as well, which is always good. It's dirty, but it seems to match. All looks good. Excuse the interruption, that was the young lady coming to pick up her 2016 Lounge. She's asked me now if I can repair the back bumper and put a new reversing light in, so I've got to price that up for her as well. She very kindly bought me some beer and a big box of Maltesers. How nice was that? Yeah, that's good. Anyway, yeah, what was it? Where were we? So yeah, I've got to do the bar, haven't I? Yeah, so the wing fits nice. We've got to put that bracket on. And we obviously that is adjustable, so we can move that around a little bit. But yeah, looking good. It is looking good. As what I was saying about the door, yeah, so I've got it is a bare door. It's got some bits in it, but I don't think it's got the regulator in. Certainly hasn't got the glass in. So I'm going to have to do all that. So I'll do that tomorrow, I think. Be in this video, but I'll do it tomorrow. And then, you know what? Apart from cleaning and servicing and cam belting, there's not a massive amount to do. When I looked at this morning, I thought it's actually quite a lot to do. But apart from the seal, which is going to take some time, there's not a massive amount to do, is there, really? I think what I'll do, actually, I think I'll get all this back on, get the wipers and everything back on, clean that off the windscreen. As I say, I've got the... Let me look inside. I have got... That's the skirt. There's all bits of light down there. So I've got the skirt. Let's see what I mean about the lovely seats. Now, did she have the white bits on the seats? I can't remember if she did or not now, but these are lush, these seats. A bit of a flat that side. We have got to sort that wheel out, the other wheel. And we've also got to stick this on. That's annoying. That happened on my last one, this thing coming off, so I need to get that stuck on. Might use some double-sided tape to stick that. That might be better than gluing it, I think. Yeah, I might clean it up and do that today, actually. But yeah, no, there's not a massive amount to do. I can't remember if it's even got an MOT. I think it has. I can't remember. If it's got an MOT, I could potentially tomorrow. No, maybe not. That's been a bit optimistic. I'm saying tomorrow I could get it on parked outside. I could tax it and get it parked outside, but that is being a bit optimistic, I think. But you know, temporary bumper. Got to sort the headlight out as well. We'll do that later on today. Yeah, I'm pleased with the progress so far, but let's stop talking about it. Let's get on with it. Right, so we got the new bottom bar on. I haven't done it up that side. I think I might actually do and put the bottle back, because I think for the time being I'm not going to do that bottom arm, so until I've driven it and seen what it's like, and from visually it looks absolutely fine, so I don't think there's any point in doing it at the moment. Obviously if it needs doing, I'll do it, but I don't think it actually does. Got the wipers and that and the scuttle panel back on. That's all done, back in place. What else? Yeah, I think that's it for the moment. So I think I'm going to get that bracket on. We'll have a little fiddle around with that and see how it fits once it goes on. and then we'll adjust the wing as necessary. It's going to need a little bit more work down there, because obviously it needs to be, obviously this side's got the skirt on of course, but the skirt actually does go over that, so it needs to be flush obviously. At the moment it isn't, but it's not done up tight properly at the moment. But I want to offer the bumper up and see how that fits as well. I put the bracket on and it is absolutely spot on. So me pulling that out, obviously I've not got the bumper on or headlight in yet, but however much I pulled that out, both of those holes and those holes lined up perfectly. So it still may need a bit of adjustment depending on where the wing is in relation to the bumper, especially and in relation to the headlight, because of course the gap's got to be consistent, you know, sort of like that. Although that is a little bit bent there for some reason. Just that little leading edge. I might take the headlight out and bend that back a little bit, but I've just given that a clean up, that wing. That's in perfect condition, that wing, and it matches absolutely spot on. Perfect. Right, so bearing in mind I haven't got a headlight in there yet, that's a perfect fit. So no adjustment well, I don't know for certain, but it looks like no adjustment needed, and the bumper's not actually that bad. There's scratches, but I reckon these will all polish out. There is a scuff there which needs to be repaired, but that doesn't fit in very well. But we have got a broken bracket that side, so I need to put a new bracket in. So once it's in, it will hold it. But there's a little bit down the bottom down there, and there's some arrows pointing to the bit that's covered up, so I don't think it is going to need a respray. We'll have a little bit of paint on there, so I'll have to get a can of paint, because I think I'm going to have to paint the it is black, the side skirt, but I think it's going to, again, I think it's going to need some paint on it, so I'm only going to get one can. I think that will be sufficient, although I have got to do the spoiler as well. And I think one can will still be enough. If all I've got to do, or should I get 2 cans to be on the safe side? 876, and I'll see how much I've got. I might have some 876, I'm not sure. You know what I would have liked to have done on this is put the new style rear lights in. But as much as it would look amazing, I'm not sure it's really necessary. It's going to cost me money, which is just out of my profit. It's not going to. This car's going to sell itself anyway. It's not like I need it to sell the car. So I won't do it, as much as I'd like to. If it was mine, I would do it. But yeah, what a transformation in the first day. So we'll try and polish this up tomorrow. If I've got some paint, I'll repair that tomorrow, obviously before I put all the trim on. But that'll keep the weather off for the time being. I'm going to just take it off quickly because I forgot to put the headlight in, so I'm just going to go and grab a headlight, put it in, make sure that all fits. But as it stands at the moment, that is an absolute perfect fit. Alright, headlight's in, and it fits absolutely perfect. Look at that. I can't believe my luck on this so far. It fits absolutely perfectly. I've got a water bottle back in, plugged the pump in, I cleaned it all up. There's something wrong here, and I don't know what. We have a random bit of pipe here, and we only have one pipe coming up here. There's usually 2, because you've got 2 grooves as well here. So I think I've got a bit of piping missing. I don't know. There must be something missing. I'm going to have a look on, I was going to say have a look on the other car, but I'm not going to be able to do that without taking a bumper off. I ain't doing that. I'll have to have a look on some pictures, I think, and see what I can see. And potentially see if we can maybe buy the whole thing with the piping. I'll have to have a look, see what's available. I'm sure my friends at Club 500 Italia will sort me out. But there's definitely something missing. I think we have a single connection that goes off, I think. I'll have to have a look at some pictures and see if I can figure out what's missing. I was going to say if any of you know, but by the time you see this video, it will all be back together. So, yeah, weird. But it's all together. I'm not filling it up at the moment, but yeah, something not right. Pretty certain there are normally one pipe coming out which then splits into 2, one of which connects to that and one of which connects to that. Don't know, can't think. Never mind, we'll have a look tonight, see if we can figure it out. So I think I'm going to have to take a part number from here. I think we're going to have to get one. And does my bumper include that bit? I'm not sure. That is intact. That one is intact. The light's intact. But that light, I don't know what I've done with it actually. Probably threw it in a bin. I don't know if, I think it's broken. Let me just turn this over. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think these bits have snapped off, so we'll get the part number for this and then we'll see if we can get the other one. Oh, there it is. It's still connected. Is it in one piece? No, it's got a hole in it. Oh, it's all cracked, look. So I'll get this off, get the part number and see if we can get one of those tonight on eBay. We got the tabs, so we could have plastic welded those back in, but we've got great big holes in it. If I can't get one, I'll see if I can repair it. I'll plastic weld it and repair it, but as long as I can get one for, like, you know, normal amount of money, then we'll get one. Yes, I'm really pleased with what I've done today. It was great progress. The car was looking an absolute mess this morning, as it has been all the last month and a half that I've had it, and it's almost turning into a nice car again. Once we get the bumper sorted out and get the bumper on, get the wing fitted properly, tomorrow I'm going to do the door. That'll be on the next video, all of this stuff. I think there's very, very little else to do apart from the really not complicated, the bit that's going to take some time is going to be that sill. That might take quite a bit of time. That sill might be past it. I might not be able to do it. It may need to have a new sill welded in which case I'll have to take it somewhere and get that done. Or I may even get Glenn, my mobile guy, to cut it out and weld the new one in for me, and then I can do the filling and do the painting of it. That would be certainly be the cheapest. Yeah, but we're going to have a go at it first. If I can't do it, then we'll get him to do that and we'll put a new sill in. I'll just buy a new sill and get it put in. That won't be the end of the world. Taking it to a body shop is going to be time consuming and expensive, and I don't think I need to do that. But we'll cross that bridge on a future video. Probably won't be on the next video, probably be on the one after that. Got to clean it all up inside as well, but we'll do that. I say we'll do that right at the end, we probably will. But that's it for now. So that is day one on Project Roger. Thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed what you've seen today. Tune in for the next one. Don't forget, if you're not a subscriber, hit that button, subscribe to the channel. It's absolutely free, no charges whatsoever. Give us a thumbs up if you like the video. Don't give us a thumbs down. No sarcastic comments, please. I've had a few of those recently. We'll go into those at a later date on a Waffle Wednesday, I think. Yeah. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching. Take care, stay safe, and we'll see you soon.